Audrey if you're new here. So my previous clip, I was just showing you guys how I was starting these little granny squares. I did not want to leave you guys hanging, but it's kind of late. My allergies have been really affecting me, so I'm still working last minute on this project. I have 4 of the 8 granny squares that I need. I have 3 in this color here in the gray. So I need 1 more of the all gray, and then I need 3 of these here. So I need 8, so I need 4 more. Right now I'm gonna pause because my kids are behind me, as you can hear. And we're gonna make hot chocolate. 4th of December, when I'm recording this. When I will upload this, I don't know. Because we have lots to do today. We have to wrap some stuff up. We have to make cookies for Santa. We need to make hot chocolate because it's cold. So we just want it. So we're gonna do that. I'm going to be fun mom today. We're gonna have hot chocolate. I'm gonna take my allergy pills because I'm still stuffy. And we have 4 more of these to make. So we have a lot to do. A little bit of time because it's already like 1 o'clock. So we need lunch and hot chocolate. We are going to get started on that. Don't know when I'm going to get this up to you. This might be after Christmas vlog. My vlogmas. I'm so sorry. I did try. I am doing better with consistency though because I did come back to you guys. I did come back. I just was not feeling it, so forgive me. Hi guys. I definitely let y'all hang for like a hot minute. This video started as a vlogmas. I stopped recording because I just got like really stressed. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm just gonna include those clips here, and from there we are gonna kind of I guess make a vision board together because I've been talking about that making a vision board, and we're gonna talk some books. Me edit this because I have like 3 videos going on right now. This video, I'm currently reading some books for another video, but everything's about to pause because Onyx Storm is about to come out. So I'm gonna get this video up and then I'm just gonna stop everything and read Onyx Storm as soon as I can because I do work. I don't know when you're gonna be seeing this, but it is the 20th, so it comes out tomorrow, the 21st. I pre-ordered it on Barnes & Noble. They haven't shipped it yet, but I'm also gonna go get the Target Deluxe one, and I'm so excited. So like as soon as I get that, like at 3 a.m. I'm gonna start vlogging because I also do have the audio because I just it just sucks that tomorrow I have to work, but I do want to take my time reading it, and I like to immersive read, so I like to have the audio and the physical book. So can't really start it till I have the physical book because I want to immersive read. I did that with Iron Flame, and so I will talk more about Iron Flame and Fourth Wing in my Onyx Storm video because it's going to be just dedicated to that series. It is going to be full spoiler because I cannot shut up. This is like my most anticipated read of the year. This and The Hunger Games Sunrise. Don't remember the name of it, but those are my top 2 for 2025. I don't really have a 25 list for 25. Like I keep seeing people do that, and I want to do that video, but I don't have a 25 books that I want to read in 25. I just want to mood read, and I don't want to stress myself about it. So if you see my last video, I said that I was going to do more of like a reset book, whatever. I know the previous part of this video is like all crochet, but we're gonna talk about that here. My goals for 2025 for reading, I have it set to 52 books. Now, last year I read about like 87 books, which it was a good year for me to read 87 books, but it wasn't a good year because I keep seeing the videos where people do their favorites, and I had some good reads. I did a reread of Iron Flame and Fourth Wing. Those were favorites. I reread that. As far as favorites goes, I guess we can talk about my favorites of 2024 because it's honestly not a lot, which is really sad. So BRB. Fourth Wing is not going to count as a favorite of 2024 because that was a reread. So that was a favorite of 2023 or whenever it came out, because I had read it immediately when it came out because I loved the cover. It was just so pretty. So that's not going to count as a favorite of 2024 because it was just a reread. So favorites of 2024 are like, yeah, I don't have a lot of favorites of 2024. So we're going to just condense all of this into like one video for you guys. So favorites was the Jade City series. I love this so much. This is like what I would want in a fantasy. This is what I would want in a fantasy. The world building, just everything about it I just loved. It is a little bit slow, and that's what, like, I gave it 5 stars I think on Goodreads, but I wouldn't, it's a 5-star just because I love the series so much. I grew to love all the characters. I grew to love like the action scenes. So this is very slow. In this series there is Jade, and Jade is like the magic, and you have to like really train to be able to use Jade for your magic abilities. And this just kind of goes through like the political stuff because there ends up being like a war going on between the 2 different clans, and it just goes into like a lot of detail through the 3 books, and you just end up falling in love with the characters because you get to know them. She doesn't hold anything back either, which is cool because I haven't had a fantasy where like nothing is like held back. Like your favorite character in here might just be cut off. Like, you know, there is no mercy with this. There's no mercy, and I enjoyed it because it truly ripped my heart out. Like I thought books before this ripped my heart out. No, this truly did rip my heart out because immediately in book 1 you're losing a character that you love, or at least I loved. So without giving too much, this is a fantasy trilogy and I cannot rave enough about it, but I also want to be very vague in case you haven't read these, so that you do read them and then we can talk about it. So favorite of 2024, the series 2023, I don't think it was 2024, but I continued it into 2024. I'm continuing into 2025 just because I love the movies. I love the series in itself. So Harry Potter, this is my first time actually reading the books. I did not read these books as a child. My brother did read the books, so as a family we watched all of the movies together. So now as an adult I'm going back and I'm rereading this. Well, not rereading, I never read it. I'm reading Harry Potter, and I just want to say this is my favorite because I am still going on into it. I have 2 books left. I will finish it. It's just hard for me to finish because I know some of what's going on because I have watched the movies, but obviously the books are a little bit different. There's like information in here that was left out, and I just love reading it and learning those like things that didn't make the movie. Harry Potter, this is just about a boy who finds out he's a wizard, and if you don't know, it's Harry Potter. I have another series. So like series were really good for me in 2024. We have Magnolia Parks. I actually for 2025 I actually want to do a reread, which like I know I kind of just finished this, but I do want to do a reread and like fully annotate it. I annotated the Daisy Hates books, but I didn't annotate Magnolia Parks book, so I want to go back and annotate it. I wish I had the original OG covers, but yeah, when people say this is like Gossip Girl meets London vibes, they're very right. This is like a little bit toxic. In the beginning we have Magnolia and then we have BJ, and BJ has cheated on Magnolia, but they still stay like friends, so there's that toxic dynamic because they still love each other, and so it just kind of follows them. Dramatic, toxic, but I loved every second of it, and I will try to do a reread of this in 2025. I do have a couple videos where I read, I think the Daisy Hates, I did a tandem read of Daisy Hates and Magnolia Parks, not this one, but I do have a video on that where it is kind of full spoiler because I just kept yapping and I was like, it's just going to be full spoiler. So I do have that on my channel. But yeah, I'm going to do a reread in 2025 because this is like my favorite series. So I do think in 2025 I'll probably do a lot of rereads because I want to reread Magnolia Parks, and I think I want to reread Jade City just because those are like my favorites right now. I cannot stop. They're so good. Another book that is really good that surprised me is One from My Enemy. This is Olivia Lake, and this is like a Romeo and Juliet fantasy where they're witches, and I loved every ounce of it. I actually think I'm going to take this upstairs and do a reread of this as well. So we have a lot of rereads for 2025 so far. Well, not a lot. We have 2 series that I want to read and this book here that I want to reread. So yes, 2025 I'll be rereading 2 series and this book here, One from My Enemy. I did a vlog on this too when I was reading, I think it was either my reading romance or like trying to find like a 5-star, and I think this was like my 5-star. I can't remember, but I do recommend that you read this. Next, this was an unexpected favorite. I didn't think this was gonna be a series, but apparently it's different authors, but it's together as a series, and they take different characters and they do a like retelling. And I think this is supposed to be, I guess, like I think this is supposed to be Beauty and the Beast inspired. Like the next one is, you'll see in my January reads, spoiler alert coming up, we did not follow our January TBR. But the next one is Tangled Up in You, which follows Rapunzel. I think this is Beauty and the Beast, but I love this so much. This is by the book and this is a romance. And so the guy Bew is a I can't remember if he's like an actor or like he's famous and he's trying to write like a biography of like his life. And our main character, she is working for like the editing company to produce this book, and she has to go in and basically motivate him to get this book together. And in the midst of it, they end up finding out they have a lot in common and they end up falling in love. And I just think this is so cute. I love it so much. I recommend this. This and oh my gosh, it's snowing again. This and hold on, actually JK, because this is a part of a series, so hold on. This is also a favorite, Kiss the Girl. This is a Little Mermaid retelling where our main character, her name is Ariel, and she is a famous singer. She's in a girl band with her sisters, and they are coming to the end of an era, so their band is like ending, and they're supposed to be able to just go and like live their own lives and like experience lives on their own. But her dad is like very controlling and wants her to still be a musician. So over the summer she like kind of sort of runs away basically, and ends up meeting this up and coming musician who's in a band named Eric, and it's just such a cute romance. I love it so much. Her writing is so good. I actually want to see if I can find more by this author. It's Zoraida Cordova. Probably saying that wrong, so please excuse me, but I loved her writing in this book. So this series, I recommend that you check out this series. Both of these books I ate up immediately. The next one is Tangled Up in You, and that's by Christina Lauren. So I am dying to read that as well. They look so, I love it. I love it so much. So I'm expecting that book to also be a favorite of 2025, just because I didn't expect this to be a series for one, and I didn't expect to love it, even though like, you know, these are different authors, but I just feel like it flows so good and I just want to keep reading. I have to go back and reread the first one. I think it's a Cinderella like retelling, Being said, those are probably my favorites of 2025, which is, as you can see, is not a lot. So for 2020, those are my favorites of 2024. We're in 2025 now. So with that being said, in 2025, I want to mood read a little bit more and just kind of pick up books I want to read and not so much what is popular. Not to say that I did that this year, but I do get a lot of recommendations from like other videos and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that because I have found some great books from recommendations. But I just kind of want to mood read a little bit more and not push myself so hard to be reading 80 plus books. If I don't want to read, I don't want to read. If I'm in a slump, I'm in a slump. I don't want to, I don't know, I guess like force it on myself to have like these unrealistic goals when I have a lot going on. So if I am in the mood to do it, I will do it. If I am in the mood to record it, I will record it and make videos for you guys. But I don't want to push myself too hard with my reads for 2025. I want to just live in the moment and enjoy what I'm reading, and I don't want to feel, I don't want to put pressure on myself to be trying to read like so many books. Like if it takes me a week to read one book, that's fine. Like I just didn't have time to read it. Or if I'm taking a while to read a book and I'm not enjoying it, I want to just DNF it, because I feel like I wasn't doing enough DNFing in 2024, where I ended up reading books and I look back at them and I'm like, I probably should have just not finished it. I probably should have just DNF'd it because I wasn't feeling it. But I continued and I pushed through. And when you do that, it can kind of put you in a little slump because you're feeling like, what's wrong with me, kind of like, why am I not enjoying these books? But sometimes, you know, the book is just not meant for you, and that happens often. Like there are a lot of books that aren't meant for you. So that is kind of why my goal is 52 books for my Goodreads goal. Another goal would be to try to like learn how to use StoryGraph, because I like all the data in there. I just like the simplicity of Goodreads. So yeah, I just have to kind of integrate. Like I already did the transfer to StoryGraph, so I can link my StoryGraph below. I also think with Goodreads too, it's easier for me to see my friends on there and see what they're posting and stuff, where StoryGraph, I don't have any friends on there, so I can't, you know, the community part is not there either. So that also takes a while, but I do want to like start using my StoryGraph and see if I I actually like it. Like I want to give it a chance, but at the same time I don't like having to go back and forth between two different, you know, like I can't keep track sometimes. So I want to use StoryGraph. We will see if I start using that in 2025. But yeah, I think it's good to have like those graphs and those datas, especially because I talked about it in my crochet video of things I want to crochet. I want to crochet a book snake, and this will have the different genres that I read throughout the year in different colors, but like as a snake plushie. So I think having StoryGraph will also kind of help, because it has like all of that data versus like Goodreads, where I kind of have to like go into it and like see. So this is gonna be titled Bookish Goals. Kind of, I don't know what I'm gonna title this because it's kind of like all over the place. Another thing in 2025 that, I guess we'll talk about the books now that I do want to read in 2025, because I do have a couple that are like priority, but I don't have 25. So first one obviously is going to be Onyx Storm. We've already talked about that earlier, so that is a priority that comes out soon, so I will be reading that, so that can be checked off as my priority. Next on my priority, I don't have the book, so I'm going to hold up this book instead. So this is Butterfly by Ashley Antoinette, and again, if you saw my January TBR, then you would see this. I am actually soft DNFing this right now because I didn't realize that this book follows the daughter of the main character in Moth to a Flame. So if you read Moth to a Flame, then you would know. So technically you don't have to read in a specific order. I want to read in that correct order because I read Moth to a Flame. So now I need to read Ethic, which follows the character, the main male character from Moth to a Flame. It follows him and his journey. And then I'm gonna circle back and read this. Just because I started reading this and then I got to a point where I realized that the main character here is the daughter, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, back up. Back up. I need to pause here and go get that series and read that series. I think that's the biggest sign that I just need to finish the Ethics series. I think it's like 6 books, but they are pretty short. They're not like really long romances, which I love about the series is that the books are not super long. Like I think this is like maybe 200-300 pages, and I think the same thing for those books are like 300 at most. They're not like over 300 pages, so they're very quick reads. And I think I'm finally recovered from Moth to a Flame, so I think I can finally read that book. So I have to softly enough at this and put this down. I probably have to look on my Kindle to find it because it was so hard to even find this in like stores. So I have to see if there are maybe other like indie bookstores that I might be able to find the physical books. But for right now, I'm probably just gonna buy it on my Kindle and read it on my Kindle and then circle back to this. So this might be like a 2026 read because I know that series is going to shatter me. Ethic just follows the character Ethic from Moth to a Flame, and he is the main character that was supposed to end up with our main female character in Moth to a Flame. And a little spoiler here, she tragically passes away, and now we're gonna be following him and I guess him finding a new love. And I just like, how does he find a new love? I think that's what is like, how is he gonna love again? Especially because the way she did it, like I'm not gonna give away that, but especially the way everything happened with her and their love. I don't know how, but he deserves it, and so I want to read and find out. But I'm nervous. I'm so nervous for that one. This has made its way in so many videos and I still have not read it. I think I'm just terrified because when I picked this up, and you guys will see that because this was in a vlog a while ago, the cashier told me, get ready to have your heart shattered. And you know, I guess I have to be in the mood to have my heart shattered. So this is definitely a priority. And I think I actually might be reading this pretty soon. I think I might be taking this upstairs with me to remind me. This and One for My Enemy, I think, are going to be kind of the first books I read after Onyx Storm. Maybe I probably will do like a thriller in between that to kind of just, you know. But Poppy Wars, this is, I don't know because I've never read the back. So it says this is about a war orphan. So I guess this is about like a school, a war school, military school. And that's all I'm gonna read about that because I just wanna go into this blind. So this is about a military school, Poppy War. And this is a trilogy. And I think after this trilogy, I wanna read Babel by her. I have read her other book, Yellowface, loved it, love her writing. So I think it's time to dive into Poppy War. Next, again, because I haven't read these and I haven't dived too deep into them, this is a fantasy. This is called The Shadow of Gods. This is a thick one too. I usually am more of in a fantasy mood during like the winter, fall. So I think this might be like my winter fall TBR, is this. I think this is either a trilogy or a duology. I don't know, but it has a dragon on the front and I was like, I want to read this. So this is a priority for 2025, as well as Mistborn. I, again, don't know anything about this. I have just heard good things about this author in general. So I was chatting with someone in Barnes & Noble, and he said to start with Mistborns. Listen, when people tell you stuff, he was a fan because he was looking for his newest book. So we were chatting for like a hot minute. And my fiance was like, just chatting about books. I'm like, yes, this is what I do. I chat about books. I can go on and on and on. So yeah, we were talking for like a good minute, but he recommended that I started with this, Mistborn. So we're gonna start with Mistborn. Again, I have all of 2025 to read these. Like, I'm not gonna like force myself with any of these. Okay, so I guess it's kind of like my bookish update for 2025. That's my bookish reset. I've already done like unhauls, so I don't really have anything to unhaul right now. I honestly don't even have, like you see right there, that is my physical TBR on that shelf, the orange bag. Those books to the right there, that is all of the books I physically have on my TBR. I have a bunch of books listed on my Kindle that I want to read, but again, none of them are like priorities for me right now. The priorities are the physical books that I just told you. Okay, so just like that, in a matter of seconds, we have already kind of sort of changed what we're doing. I have brought my priority reads upstairs with me so they can just sit here, and obviously I will still pick up like books on my Kindle and stuff like that, but I like to have my like books that I know I want to read and will probably be reaching for up here. And I have took out Magnolia Parks because I feel like it is a little too soon for a reread for me. I mean, you can reread. Thank you. Okay. You can reread a book as soon as you want to. It doesn't really matter. But for me personally, I was looking at my shelves and I was looking at what I want to reread. And I think for me personally, I was feeling like it's a little too soon for me to reread Magnolia Parks. I think maybe by the end of the year, I may want to reread it because I do know I want to reread. But I was looking around and I decided that I do want to reread A Court of Thorns and Roses. So we got a lot of fantasy going on here. Everything else is the same except for I did add this one book, 101 Essays to Change the Way You Think. I normally don't do self-help because I don't know, they feel all the same, but I've heard really good things about it, so I want to try to read this. So this one I think I will probably start, because like with self-help, they're not books that you just sit down and you read straight through. I literally just got this in the mail, so this is why it still has the plastic. I finished that book. I gotta take that downstairs, girl. That was my first book of 2025.
And you have to downstairs.
This was my first book of 2025. You gonna take that downstairs for me? Okay. Go, girl. That was my first book of 2025. So I just took the plastic off for this. I think it'll be good to read every now and then and maybe do some highlighting because it is a self-help. I'm not gonna be reading this like I read a fantasy. Like, I'm not gonna be devouring it, like, you know what I mean? So I think this is good to just have on my nightstand here so I can just read it. And then because I was talking about these books, I have the rest of the Harry Potter. So this is, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I have a lot of series on here and I'm just thinking about this because the rereads are gonna do it for me, because the reread, well, no, it's just one reread that's a series now that I think about it. The ACOTAR. ACOTAR is a series. Mistborn, I think, is a longer series. So actually, I think I might save that for like the end of the year. So that way I can go straight into it, because I think what I want to start doing with series is I want to try to like read them all closer together. Like, you see, I'm still reading Harry Potter. I have 2 left. It's because I spread them out so much.
What?
Here, The Tangled Up in You. So I think this will get read in like February because it's a romance. I think it's really cute. But yeah, we changed that already. I want to finish Harry Potter, finish the series that I'm already in the middle of, which is really just Harry Potter, because there are some series that I'm not going to continue.
What are those paints?
Yeah, I'm going to continue, but I want to finish the ones that I'm in the middle of, at least before I start more.
That's not a toy.
Yeah.
Cool toy.
I don't know why I did this to myself. I put like so many series on here, but I guess that would be like a good video to continue series or like reread. As far as everything goes, my priorities are right here, and I'm just gonna put this on my nightstand behind me, and we're gonna pick up Housemate, because that's a series that I have not finished yet. I've heard that the second and the third one are kind of unnecessary, so I picked up the second one on audio to see if I'm feeling the third one.
This is a toy, but this is not.
Because I do have the third one. So let me get my iPad, which is behind me here, and we're gonna go do the vision board reset. And yeah, I changed my mind so quick in this video. So I don't know why I can't find it, but this is one vision board that I did. So usually what I do is I go to Canva, and then I go into like design, or I will go into I'll go back to the home, and I'll go to like the templates here, and then I will type in like collage or like vision board, right? And that will give me a collage like right here. It will be like inspired by last design. So this will be like a whole collage. So let's go back home. So then you'll get to your collage, and then what you can do for your collage, show you like the images you have to put here in your vision board. So going back to design, we can just close that out. This is what my 2025 vision board looks like. And so what I like to do after I make the collage is I like to change up my whole idea. It just says God is within her, she will not fail. Psalms 46, 5. This is like my favorite thing. I've had it last year as my background, and I put this year, I just changed up the image. So this year it's pink with bows. Last year I think it was just like pink with flowers, but it's the same exact thing. I I just love this so much, so I constantly put this as my background. I don't change anything with my screen here because I feel like it doesn't need to really be changed. So like right here I have the screen time. Here I just have my stuff charging. I'm covering my location because that's my weather. I have bookshelf, I have docs, Twitch, free notes. This is where I take my school notes. I have Wattpad, don't really use it. I have dual ABC. This is for my kids. It just helps them learn their ABCs. So I really like this. And then I have like a little quote here. So this is like, I forgot what app this is. This is called Motivation. So it's just an app and you can like heart stuff and it will just give you like a daily quote. And I just put the widget, now it's gonna show an ad, but I just put the widget down here. So see how it just changed? I love having the widget right down there. Next up, I just have a calendar. I love having it up top here. I have Amazon, Safari, Spotify, my camera, FaceTime, calendar, even though I have a calendar right there, notes, podcasts, Zoom, settings, app store, clock, news, another weather one, don't know why. I have Milanote. This is kind of, if you go in here, I like to do this for like when I map out projects, like for my writing course that I'm taking, I like to map out my log line here, and then I obviously have to copy it to Word so I can submit it because this doesn't like translate into a document that I could give to my teachers. So if you want more on like Milanote and how I kind of do my outlines for like stories and stuff, you can just let me know in the comments, I guess, and I can always do a video on that. I have RedNote. What can I say? They are so sweet over here at RedNote. I posted like one thing. I haven't posted anything else, but I mean, you know, hello. And then here I have Spider-Man. I don't want to change this because I just feel it goes with the pink and I love Spider-Man. So this is like my main page, the first page. There's Netflix, there's reminders, music, Disney, YouTube, Pinterest, phone, messages, mail, my mail, Instagram, and photos. So those are that's like my main stuff for my tablet. Again, down here, I just have more widgets. So I have the music, I have podcasts, and a little flip watch or flip clock here. So that's how I set up my iPad. If you lock it here, this is where I make my vision board, my wall screen. Oh. You or go over this without doing what I just said, but up here it's kind of hard to see, but this this right here is just a YouTube plaque, and this just is my goals for YouTube. So everything kind of goes hand in hand. So the YouTube plaque goes with create that content. Let me just unlock it again and screen. So we're just gonna go back here. We're gonna zoom in here and make it easier. But we have the YouTube plaque here. This just goes with my content creation goal right here. So create that content. I'm trying to be more consistent with YouTube and my platforms. I'm specifically going to try to focus this year on YouTube and Lemon 8 because I feel like, one, I have the most fun with them, and I think creating content should be fun. So I will still post on TikTok and like Instagram and stuff like that, but I have the most fun editing YouTube videos and posting on Lemon 8 because I feel Lemon 8 is more of a community. So I will continue to try to stay consistent on at least 2 platforms. So for my vision board, I have 50K subscribers. I know that's kind of unrealistic, but I still wanted to put it here just to like motivate myself to, again, create that content, right? So the YouTube are like these 3 here. Then we have some stuff, I think this year it's mostly like related to my health because overall I want to get back to being healthy. And one thing I love to do is Pilates. So I put Pilates here because I want to get back into taking my Pilates classes. I also want to eat healthier as well. So that's also with the water. I do tend to drink a lot of water. So I put this every year as drink a lot of water. And I normally do that. So I always at least accomplish drinking a lot of water. So yeah, just more veggies, drinking a lot of water, eating healthier. Again, the camera kind of goes with content creation. The workout set goes with working out. So my goals this year, I think, are more so like on health and wellness and just making sure that I am healthy on the inside as well as the outside. So I put this here because this is going to focus more on like self-care. So like giving myself time to just myself, like doing that face mask, doing my skincare, just making sure that I give myself that love too, which goes hand in hand for I'm doing this for me. Like, yes, I'm a mom, I'm doing this for my kids, but I'm also doing it for me. And I need to do it for me so that I can be the best version of myself. Again, I have that God is within her, she will not fail. I think this is very just important to have like everywhere, because I think this is what guides me through a lot of things in life right now. This also serves as a reminder to try to open up my Bible app, open up my Bible itself, and give time to God and be a little bit better, be a little bit mindful, because yes, I believe, but sometimes I don't give enough time to him. So I want to give more time to God. This is graduation, because this year I am supposed to graduate, and I also put this here as a reminder to kind of do my next steps after graduation, because I do have some next steps and goals that I want after graduation. So yes, I'm graduating, but that's not the end goal. So put that here. And then you see here, I put 2 yarns. This year I want to learn how to knit. So I put a knitting here, yarn. I want to continue to crochet. I want to get better. I want to learn more. I've said that repeatedly in like a bunch of crochet videos. So it should be a surprise to no one that I have knitting needles right here and like yarn right here, because I want to continue to grow as a crocheter. Yeah, this year I kept it very simple because I feel like I'm already, I don't know what's going on with 2025. So I think this year is just going to be a year to give myself some love. And obviously my family comes along with that, but mental health matters. So I will be focusing on within so that I can pour more out, because you can't pour out what you don't have, right? So sometimes you need to focus on what's in, and the best way to do that is, maybe put it on your vision board. Pour into yourself. Pour within. So yeah, this is my 2025 vision board. So I'm over here just sitting by like my window, as you can see. And yeah, that'll be the end of today's video. I just wanted to show you guys what my vision board is looking like. Of course, my camera died, so I'm on my phone right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, edit this, get this up for you guys. Again, we're focusing on content creation, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more of me, and hopefully we can have our own little community here. If anything, just follow me on Lemon 8. I will leave socials below. I think I'm only really gonna I'll leave my crochet Instagram, even though I don't post on there. I will leave my Lemon 8, and I may leave my TikTok on there still, just so you can have that as well. But I think, again, those are the main places you can find me. You can find me here on YouTube. maybe TikTok. We'll see how it how it looks after it's come back from the ban, because that's like a whole nother thing. Like, I don't know. TikTok, I don't know, but definitely Lemonade. Lemonade here on YouTube. Yeah, those are the ones I'm going to be most consistent with, like I said. So we'll start there, and then if I start being consistent on like Instagram and stuff like that, then definitely follow me there. But I will leave it below as an option. I'll leave my links below as an option. But just know you can find me here, or you can find me on Lemonade. That you're good. That's it. Do all the YouTube things below, like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. I will see you in the next one. The next one will probably be, I don't know if it'll be the Onyx Storm. It probably will be the Onyx Storm, because I'm probably going to pause everything that I'm reading to read Onyx Storm. But at the same time, I'm also not going to rush myself to read it, because I really just want to enjoy it. I really just want to enjoy it so much. And again, I'll talk more about my thoughts and opinions on that one. I'm trying to refrain it all for one video, so I gotta get my camera charged and ready, because that one is next. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.